So, another dramatic moment in the fast-fading life of the People's Democratic Party. The PDP now, of course, a party where the turmoil that's ripped at its seams and the impetuousness of its politicians are no longer occurring behind the scenes, but are manifesting in the full glare of the Nigerian public. Internal divisions that speak of a deepening rift as hawkish politicians test the strength of their political influence. In the latest scathing exchange, Minister Nyesom Wike has alleged that the ranking member of the PDP's Board of Trustees, Chief Olabode George, had nothing to show for the various positions he's held over the years, implying that Chief George had become a spent force within the PDP. But in a swift rebuttal, Chief George fired back, accusing Mr. Wike of being politically immature and historically ignorant, implying that he's got this illusion of invincibility. So what should we make of this very public show of animosity and dissonance? And what does the increasing frequency and intensity of these broadsides tell us about how almost irretrievably bad things are inside the PDP? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now on the line from Lagos by Chief Olabode George, who is a ranking member of the PDP's Board of Trustees and who is a former National Vice Chairman Southwest of the PDP. Chief George, thank you very much indeed for joining us. We really appreciate your taking the time to talk to us. Let's leap right into it. I'm sure you're across what's been said so far. Nyesom Wike saying the party, in reference to the PDP, cannot make a person, but it is the person that makes the party popular enough to win an election. Let's start from that. I can see you're chuckling a bit there. What's your reaction to that?
Charles, let me say good evening to you and to all listeners. First and foremost, I was not only the vice chairman of the party, I became the deputy national chairman South, and I became deputy national chairman overall. For me, the comments from the young man, because he's the same age as my first child, you know, to me it's a disgusting abomination and an infra dignitatem for me to lower myself and be responding to the comments made by him. A lot of elders, a lot of seasoned Nigerians have asked me not to even respond. But when I got the invitation from your station, I thought that it's an opportunity to tell the world and tell Nigerians that the political iroko tree, the PDP, is as strong as it was from the very first beginning, as established by the founding fathers of our party. So I don't want to denigrate myself. Listening and talking is like my first child will come. You know, when young people blow their pipes, the elders will try to correct them and advise them accordingly. If they don't listen, don't worry. Time will tell. And I am more interested in talking about our party, the future of our party, the strength of our party, and the need to convince Nigerians that this, our party, is in a much better position to to handle the problems that are plaguing on every Nigerian. Whether you are a rich man or a pure man, our party has the records, the capacity to deliver the goods to the people of Nigeria. I don't want to waste my time talking. I told you, like I said, it's a disgusting abomination. And you know what they say in Latin, it's an infra dignitatem. To lower myself and be talking like exchange. No, I won't do that. I will never do that. So if you have all the questions, the queries, the state of our party, perfect. And we made a slip. We made a very serious mistake at the last national convention, and we've learned our lesson. The doctrine, the format, the procedure as established by the founding fathers, they tickled with it. They manipulated the processes, and that is what has landed us where we are. For the issue of whether there is anybody in the party that can fire Wike or not, there is a procedure. I don't have the individual authority. And let me say this. Our party is not like APC, owned by an individual. Our party was established with rules, with regulations, and if there is no individual who owns this party. The party is collectively owned by all members of the party. I am privileged, having served as a vice chairman, deputy chairman South, deputy chairman overall, and now a life member of the board of trustees, which means we own the party. We own the assets and the liabilities of the party. When people start to misbehave, it is the responsibility of the members of the board of trustees to knock everybody back in line. Wike has insulted the late Papa Clark, insulted the man who made him chairman of a local government, that's Dr. Odili, and his wife, a respectable, reliable retired justice, where he and his wife served in her chambers before they became registered lawyers. Now, he has also insulted so many of the other leaders, like President Jonathan and his wife, this amiable wife, who consciously requested that he should be the governor in Rivers. Now, you remember, having served as local government chairman, he also served as chief of staff to Rotimi Amechi, that's PDP. And then you became Minister of State for Education under the presidency of Jonathan. And then it was from there you contested and became the governor of Rivers for 8 years. You are now saying that it is the individual that has the capacity. But my young man, look, if you see any ballot box, did you see the names of any individual written on the ballot papers? Do you? So you say you built the party in Rivers. So what do you talk about Dr. Odili and all the other leaders who had left? You are an individual. Someday it will be an end to your public administration or public presence. And let me tell you, let me remind you, this was a book I read for my school certificate in 1963 or 64.
Right.
The Macbeth, the Shakespeare. You know what they said there? Life is like a walking shadow. A life that strokes and frets his heart upon the stage and is heard no more. It is like a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. And after that, that's the end.
Right.
So it is what you have put down to the people that will matter.
Right.
Not you as an individual.
Well, can I come in
It is
there?
the collective responsibility. Yes.
Right.
Responsibility of the people. That's the power you enjoy. So, Charles, I don't want to drag myself. It's an infra dig.
I completely understand that, and I want to assure you, Chief George, that we have the utmost respect for you on Arise News here, as we do the other side as well, and we also are very cognizant of your very significant achievements on the political stage in this country. Nevertheless, if people like you, a respected statesman, if you do not address some of the things that is said, then it is quite possible that a lot of people will walk away thinking that those things have considerable substance. And you talked about the party, the PDP, which obviously and understandably you want to focus on. Mr. Wike also said in no uncertain terms that left on its own, he believes that the PDP will not survive the acrimonious environment within the party, but that he himself would ensure that the party does not die away. I mean, that sounds like he's poking his rather protuberant finger in the eye of the PDP.
No, you know, Charles, the most beautiful part of it is our party was established by people who committed themselves selflessly to rebuild the broken walls of our nation. Do you know, in the First Republic, what plagued this country was the majority tribes had full throttle control and the minority tribes were just mere onlookers. They came up. It was the convening man at that time was Papa Alex Ekweme, who invited Chibola Ige from the southwest. He invited Papa Solomon Land from the north central. Even Jim Mobodo, who with him were political enemies, he invited all of them and they came. And they divided Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones. 6! You know, that is not in the national constitution of our party. They realized that this issue, there were 2 evils left behind when the British were going: tribalism and religious bigotry. So they divided us, 3 in the north, 3 in the south, and came up with 6 top positions in the land: the president, the vice president, the senate president, the speaker, the secretary to government, and the national chairman of this party. So you see, all those zones, whether you are minority or majority, someday any of these top positions will reach you. So you are not just a Nigerian being just mere onlookers. You are being invited and respected as a thoroughbred Nigerian. Because look, in your organization there, If some people are regarded as mere onlookers and some are the power brokers, how do you think things will work out? It won't work. So we are building up. That was how the PDP was formed. No individual, even Papa Alexei Kweme, who was the convening authority to the G14, he contested this presidential election twice. He lost. He never brought down the roof. So all these young minds who are thinking, it is me, it is me that did this in Rivers without you mean if you pass away, Abi, you will never die again? You see the emptiness in the argument that it is me. It's a collective responsibility. And that's what we are telling him. What he did by trying to close the party secretariat, which is like your father's house. You shut it down. You said they didn't pay 7 million. And I said the alternative to what you did would have been to pay the 7 million naira and then get the receipt, present it to the party managers to say, listen, you've been owing. It is disgraceful. I have paid like a committed and loyal member of your party. Your rating from 0 in terms of loyalty would jump from 0 to 100. That is what a thorough son of the soil would do. And I was advising him, I said no. And you know the beauty of it, the president himself immediately said, no, give them 14 days to go and clear whatever they are owing.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
It makes more sense.
Yes, I don't mean to interrupt you, Chief George. The problem appears to be, certainly for those of us who are in the public and who are not in the PDP, the problem appears to be that it is only people in the PDP who seem to think that Mr. Wike, I mean, there are sort of elements of loyalty to the party, because he himself has said very clearly that he sees himself as an asset to President Tinubu's second-term bid and that he would support Mr. Tinubu in that bid. In fact, he said he would lead the campaign of the APC in his own state and anywhere else he's needed. Why do you think Mr. Wike is able to be in the PDP regularly and very publicly undermining the party while also in effect serving the ruling APC to the detriment of the PDP?
Right. You know, like I said, our party is not owned by an individual. We hadn't had, because of the crisis we went through after the National Convention last year, last 2 years, 2023. That is the effect now. That he is an absolute angel, that he cannot be dealt with by the party. That is a joke. We don't have any individual. Even if you are the leader, I am a very senior BOT member, life member. I don't have the authority to single-handedly tell him that you are fired from this party. Allow us. There is a procedure. We just had the first National Executive Committee, which is the next powerful organ after National Convention, because he's also a member of the Board of Trustees, which means he's a member of NEC. It's only NEC that can fire him and take care of him. He had pointed a left finger poking the eyes of this party. He has challenged the authority, the laws that establish this party. We will not have I don't have the capacity, or any individual has the capacity, including the national chairman, to say he's fired. But we will take it up at the next meeting. It is the next meeting that has the capacity and the authority to discipline people of that level. And I will tell you, please hold your fire.
Okay, well...
we know you don't jump ship.
Right.
We will have a procedure. He has challenged the party. So the next meeting is on the 30th of June. Let's calm down.
Right. Okay.
And see.
Well,
there will be a debate.
Right.
There will be discussion, and so that the way we manage ourselves will be a measure of the competence of the managers of PDP, which will convince the electorate to believe that if you give powers to these people to manage your resources, they will be fair, they will be just, and they will be equitable.
Right. I just want to...
That's it.
Right. We're fast running out of time. I just wonder whether you think, Chief George, that whether this all of this strengthens the argument being made by members of the opposition coalition that the PDP has been so dramatically watered down that its only hope is to officially bring what's left of its fast waning clout into the opposition coalition, because that left on its own, it doesn't stand a whisker of a chance in 2027.
You know, when you have tested the iroko tree, the iroko tree is the strongest tree in any forest. It is like an oak tree, that you find in Lebanon. This party is the only iroko political party in this country. You don't say you won't have disagreements, or you will have some heavy winds that will blow it right and left. It is the only party that has the deep-rooted strategies and the stems to take the storm. The other political parties, I am challenging. Like we said, who is their national woman leader? Who is the national treasurer? Who is the national youth leader? They don't have. There is only one man who has told everybody, every Nigerian, that I own the party. And that's where they are all running there. These coalition people is self-conceitedness. Let them go. Let them go. Look, as a general, if I have 4 men who are loyal to me, to the cause of our duty, you can be damn sure that we'll win the war. But when you have people who are self-conceited in their nature, in their pronouncements, in their movement, in their planning, does it all go well for this country? Well, no.
Yes.
All those people who have jumped ship.
Right.
Now, Charles, those who have jumped ship, what is it that has attracted them there? Personal aggrandizement. That is, it is what they want to get, not what the people want to get.
Right.
Go to the public now. They are asking us, PDP, where are you?
Well, we're all asking that
Where
question.
are you? So, you're all asking. It is not for fun. What were the economic indices in the days of the PDP?
Right. Well, we're almost out.
I will tell Nigerians there is no individualism in our party.
Right. We're almost out of time, Chief George.
The capacity to meet, okay.
Right, almost.
I
apologize for interrupting you.
Like I said, right.
I apologize for interrupting you, but
let them wait.
Right. In spite of the differences, and if you can answer this as briefly as you can, I'd appreciate that. In spite of the differences and the apparent animosity between you and Mr. Wike, you both appear to agree on one major issue: the need to zone the PDP's 2027 presidential ticket to the south. And for you in particular, Chief George, I mean, that's a matter of equity and federal character, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, like I said to you, there are 6 top positions created by the founding fathers of this province, and there are 6 zones. If the presidency goes to the north, the vice presidency goes to the south. The Senate presidency goes to the north, speakership comes to the south. Secretary to government goes to the north, the national chairman comes to the south. After 8 years, those positions in the north will come to the south. That's why Section 7, subsection 3C of our Constitution is very, very explicit. There shall be zoning and rotation of elective and party offices for purposes of fairness, justice, and equity. And I ask, who was the last president before Bola? Was he not General Buhari? Is General Buhari from Yoruba land? Or is he from Calabar? He is from Castina. Simpliciter. So simple. He spent 8 years. It is just, fair, and equitable that the South must have the full throttle control. Those numbers, the presidential candidate, on behalf of our party, must be from the South.
Right.
And we have people competent, educated, who will deliver the goods to the people of this country.
Okay.
We have people who, if they become president, will be able to manage the resources of our nation for the benefit of the people.
On that note, I want to
no doubt about that in my mind.
I want to thank you very much indeed, Chief
2031,
George.
yes,
right.
Charles.
We really
2031,
right.
This thing will go back to the north.
Right. We appreciate very much your taking the time to talk to us. Thank you very much. Chief Olabode George is a ranking member of the PDP's Board of Trustees and is a former national vice chairman southwest of the PDP, as well as a whole slew of other things. Thank you very much indeed.